Greetings and welcome to the Inner Den. We are halfway through this eclipse portal, and I know likey, no liking it.
I agree.
So today I'm really excited to talk about some embodiment practices, some grounding practices, some get in your body practices that keeps us going. I'm curious to find new ones. Like I think it would be really cool if we all kind of shared what we're using right now to keep ourselves sane and on track and focused and aligned right now. And I'm really curious if there's any new ones we can discover today that people haven't already put in their toolbox, and see if we can get a little bit more creative about some other ways that we can help not only ourselves but our fellow humans that are trying to navigate this time and space right now. So that's kind of where I was thinking about going. If anybody else has any other suggestions, or I would love to hear how your week went and what you were using to get through the week. And Michonne, I know you were traveling, so I'm extra excited to hear about how your week went.
I wasn't traveling this week. It's next week.
It's next week. Oh my goodness.
So I traveled last week, and then not this week, and then next week.
Oh yeah. I guess you traveled on your way home, because in our last episode, you were not in your house.
Yeah. So apparently I'm meant to travel for both of these eclipses.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. I'll be somewhere else again.
Well, and that's wild. So what do you do? What do you do when you travel to keep yourself grounded? Like it's easy at home because you've got your routines and you've got your altars and your rituals and all of that. But as soon as you leave your house, it changes.
Yeah, it does. And that's been harder for me. And one of the reasons it'll be harder for me to continue to travel for work if I can't establish something in that regard. There is one meditative practice that I still am able to do on the road. So I still do that. And for the most part, that's it, with the exception of trying to get out in nature wherever I'm at. But even the last couple of times I've traveled, it's been to Yale's area, where it's dark at 5 o'clock. So, not as enjoyable.
Right.
So for the most part, it's just that one meditative practice that's been keeping me on the road. There's a couple of other things that I, listen to normally, and I'm able to keep that as part of my morning routines and things like that. But I don't go use the hotel gym or anything like that. Yeah. What were you going to ask?
Is it a guided meditation? Is it music? Is like when you say your meditative practice, is it something you can share?
Yes, I can share.
I feel a wiggle. I feel a wiggle there.
It's a jade egg practice. So I do bring that with me on my travels. And so it is preceded by a normal meditation, hue chant. And then it's that portion of the exercise. So yeah.
Travel with your egg.
Yeah.
Love it. And Marie, what do you have? What do you got going on?
Well, I find when life is nuts, I go to bed earlier because you already know I'm an early riser, like 5:30, whatever. And I will go to bed earlier, and I will, and I have a really solid meditation practice that I don't think I would be here if I didn't have that. It also allows, I fall asleep in it. And I think I've been told a number of times that when that happens is angels are supporting you while you check out a little bit. So I'd rather do that than check out this way. Right.
Right.
And it's funny. when I broke my leg 2 years ago, now I can't sit cross-legged. I'm gonna try working on that, but, it's awkward and my legs fall asleep and whatever. But I wanna get back into that because I meditate on my couch, which is also super soft, which is, super easy to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But, I give myself the luxury of more time in the morning too. Like, I wake up pretty early, but I also go, "I don't have to get up right away," and so I just go through, like, a grateful ritual, grateful for this, grateful for that, all the things, a as much as I can think of, and then I just eventually just go, "Okay, it's time to get up. My body is ready to get up." And I think it's just being gentle with myself, my daily meditation, nap, and early to bed. And now that I don't have the kids anymore, I'm I'm not eating as much and I'm eating a lot better. So, and as you know, I'm decluttering. So by removing so much stuff from my house, I can't express it. There's so much weight lifted off that it's amazing. It's really quite amazing. So, yeah. But I think being gentle with yourself is the key. Yeah. And I don't know where I'd be without my meditation
Mhm.
slash nap.
I call it napitation.
That's a great name.
Yep, napitation. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
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 Christina, what do you got going on?
I think I think it's embracing the drive is definitely a thing. Usually my drive to and from work, it's just music, like not any specific kind of music, whatever I feel like singing really loud by myself in my car. And it takes my head out of everything else when I'm focused on that.
Your cat's parkouring in the background.
Of course she is. She misses me. Um, but I think that's a big thing. And I do. I get in my car and I'm like, oh, well, what do I feel like listening? What song do I feel like starting with this morning? Like all different genres, whatever I'm in the mood for that day. Sometimes I think, what do I have to do today? And that helps me even choose what I want to listen to. And like Anne Marie said too, just being gentle with yourself and forgiving yourself. If I'm running late this morning, that's okay. Why am I in a rush? I don't have to clock in and out. Like, yeah, I come in 10 minutes late. Nobody's tracking it, knock on wood. But, it's really deciding what matters, what matters to allow yourself to be stressed out about. And most things don't.
Mhm. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's great. And for me, I think, like, we all pretty much have similar practices, meditating every day too. Like, I'm sure people get really tired of hearing, "Oh, you need to meditate. Oh, you need to but it's actually a thing, and it will change your life. Absolutely.
Mhm.
What I've started doing, because, you know, why do 1 when you can do 3? Is, especially with where I live, I can't play really loud music, right? There's people above me. So, what I've started doing is, instead of just having a bath or doing breath work, I've now started combining them, putting ear pods in, taking one of my breathwork playlists, and I have breathwork playlists, designed by chakra, so they're different vibrational frequencies, and I'll put my earphones in and go in scorching hot water with the Epsom salts, essential oils, and then do breathwork in the bathtub.
Beautiful.
Maybe as a fire element, the water just helps me calm my shit. I don't know, but I'm really loving, and I've been doing it consistently. Last week is doing the breath work with the water, and that has shifted some really big things for me. So I've been doing that, and clearly walking the dogs every day, getting out into nature and all of that. But music is one of the best ways to ground. And so, when Anne Marie said, "Hey, do you want to go to a concert tonight?" I'm like, yes, I do. I don't even know if I know. I know I know some songs, but it's who are we seeing again?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray
He's like the
Vaughan.
guitar. Yeah,
He's like
but not
he's
like
a
that.
guru guitar player, and I know I've heard some of his music, but if I couldn't tell you any of his songs right now, but I'll know I know them when
Yes, you
you
will.
hear them. He's that kind of musician, and so that is also very grounding. That kind of music is very grounding with the beats, whether it's rock or whether it's more the cultural kind of music with the traditional drumming and that those kind of instruments from Europe, that there's a lot of Norwegian bands that I listen to that have homemade instruments that are native to that land. I can't even understand the language, but it feeds my soul. It's that
I'd love
energy.
it if you shared that because I am Norwegian.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I did not know that we had some fancy instruments.
Oh, we absolutely do.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I've been really, really leaning into music this week and that the heavier beat. With the meditation music, it's usually more, airy and soft and
Twinkly.
angelic and flowing, or it's doing the binaural beats. Have you ever played with the binaural beats? That is also really good for people who have PTSD. They actually use that in EMDR sessions. And so if you're really, really practiced with meditation and you put on EMDR, you can actually go through processes yourself if you're strong enough with the binaural beat music. So, not suggested for everybody. And there are people that can help you do that, but that is also another way to get yourself back in your body.
Music does transcend language. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. And I wrote a curriculum for the kids I used to work with that, we did art around the world. So every week we had a different country featured, but instead of just doing art with them, I would create a playlist from that country, like wherever the art was from. And we would engage with that first. And all the kids were there like that, like just their attention. They just love it.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
That is amazing. So if you were to think about, the survival level, the base chakra, the red, all of that kind of stuff, what other tools from that vibration can you think of right now that even if you're not using right now, what else might help somebody moving forward in that lower vibration?
Gardening, walking around barefoot.
Yes. Yeah, hands in the dirt.
Yeah.
The grounding. Yeah, gardening is great.
Anything that's repetitive too, like that. Like it can be inside, it can be like the diamond art that you like, or doing puzzles or anything like that, where you get in that zone, and it is a meditative space, or it can be.
I think actually that's a really good thing to define, that so many people think that meditation means cross your legs and go om, right?
Mhm.
And there's so many other ways to meditate. Gardening is meditation. Sitting with the trees is meditation. Like, yeah, like what Christina just said. Puzzles, anything that gets you in that creative flow, if that's all you're in, that's meditation as well. It's guided.
I love puzzles. I haven't done any for maybe 2 years, but I have some favorites that I can just sort of tune out, and I have the way I do my puzzle, and I just love it. It takes a few days, right?
I have a collection too.
Mhm.
And they're
Please
all
tell me
1,000
what
pieces.
diamond art is, because this is the second time I've heard it this week, and I've seen an image of it. I just don't understand like
That's
what they're
Angel's thing.
doing.
Oh, I am obsessed. I am obsessed with diamond art. Actually, you know what? I have one sitting right here that's done.
It's
Done,
like
done.
a sticky surface, and you're putting all the little gemstones
So you
in.
see
It's
how
like a color
glittery
by
it is?
number.
I do, yes.
I don't
And
know if you
the
can,
one I saw was a phoenix, so I was
like
like,
if I go
oh,
closer, you can see how small the little dots are.
are you
So,
using a tweezers or what are you using?
so this whole I don't have it's in the other
It's like a
room, but
special tool.
Okay,
it's kind of like a pen.
yeah,
It's a pen where you'd put ink in, but there's no ink, so it's just a hollow. And then there's this little gooey stuff that you stick on it, and then so where the pen would write, there's just like a little glob of sticky stuff,
okay,
Yeah. It's
like
like
kind of like
wax.
silly putty, like that
got it.
kind of texture.
Yeah,
And then has a plastic cover on it, and you pull the plastic, and then you stick the dots.
yeah.
But this one's got some bigger ones too. This is one of the first ones I did, and I love her. But what I love about it, well, for one, look at how sparkly it is.
It's beautiful.
And then I just mounted this one on a foam board, but I have them all over my house that are like huge pictures. I have
Oh,
a
wow.
black panther and some spirit animal ones, and yeah, they're amazing. But it's a new way to do puzzles. Like it's
Time
yeah.
consuming.
Oh man, absolutely. Yeah.
Where do you get them? Amazon or wherever, or Pinterest?
I buy them. Well, you can get the cheap ones at Michael's, but of course I'm spoiled. And the diamondartclub.com has the best ones.
I like the best ones.
Diamondartclub.com. And
Well, and I want pretty pictures like that, not like a cow. Not that there's anything wrong with a cow, but
right. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, they have hundreds and hundreds, and they go right from landscapes to anything that you could possibly think of, they've got. The one I'm doing right now is about the same size as that one, but more square, and it's two wolves standing on a cliff howling, and the aurora borealis is dancing in the sky, and it's gorgeous.
Wow.
So
Because I've seen people do that. You sort of put your pen on there and then you stick it on the thing and pick. Or I've seen other ones where it's kind of like those guns that have, or nail guns. They're in a row and you can kind of.
Yeah, you can get dabbers that instead of just doing one dot at a time, you can do 4 dots at a time, or you can do 8 dots at a time, and
Ooh.
then it's like paint. Because when you paint, really, you paint and then it's done. Like there's such an instant gratification of paint. I find diamond art the same. Even if I get a little square this much done, which takes about half an hour to do this much, if you're using the single dot pen, even having that much sparkle, my inner child is very happy. It doesn't take much. My inner child loves diamond art. So that's, and I used to be a really big colorer. And so that's another thing. Coloring is also very grounding and creative and puts you in that space. And it's excellent inner child work. And I think
Lego.
There's lots of my son would agree, Lego. I'm not so much into Lego, but I know Lego's a huge
I
deal.
have these Lego kits that were called elves. It was an elves series with like little fairies and elves and stuff. They don't make them anymore, but I have some. I love them.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've seen some lately that are like plants. I'm like, it doesn't look
Yeah.
like there's a single Lego.
The bonsai
Those
trees.
are really
Lego.
popular.
My son has 2 of them, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Does it give you detailed instructions on how to do it?
Yeah.
I would
And so
need
for
that.
me, like some people like to just build all random. I need the instructions. I want it to be very sequential. I need to lay it out a certain way.
Well, yeah, we're trying to get out of the chaos. We don't need more chaos by, oh
true.
my God. So to have a
Yeah.
system on how you do it, that's totally, I can feel that in my body. It's like, that's comforting.
Yeah.
I get to
Just
do
like she
this.
likes to color, I like to color with color by number because I don't have to make a choice.
Right.
And see, and I want to choose.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's so cool that there's so many different kinds of these modalities, practices, whatever we want to call them, because everybody's so different. There needs to be a way to satisfy everybody's needs for, and it comes down to nervous system regulation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It does not matter what chakra you're in. Today we just happen to be talking about, the basic survival, how do you stay grounded? But every tool basically comes down to, or every chakra balancing is nervous system related.
Yeah.
And we know that our nervous systems regulate when there's safety and structure and knowing.
Yeah.
If there's not safety, if there's not structure, and there's not knowing, that's when humans start freaking out. So it's very interesting when we take that into our meditative practices, knowing whether you're just beginning or whether you're advanced, there's different levels. Because in the beginning, when people don't know how to meditate, the best thing to do is grab a guided meditation
Oh,
and
totally. I
teach your
did them for
brain how to do
years.
it.
Yeah.
And Anne-Marie, I think it was you that was, I don't know if it was on the inner den or whether it was in one of our private conversations when you said, I remember you saying that you were doing guided meditations, and then at some point your higher self said,
Stop.
turn off the
That's my
music and do
chapter.
it without.
That's my chapter. That's my story.
I see. I couldn't remember where but
Yeah,
you
it was
talked
like,
about that.
just stop and listen.
Yeah.
And it's like, because my monkey mind, and I can easily sit there and sleep. I can easily just sit there and meditate and just be present easily now without, needing the guided meditation. But I did that for years.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
that was
say
in
it took years though, and I think that's where some people get caught up, is they expect it to happen right away.
yeah.
I
And
don't
they
know,
think
which
something's wrong with them if they can't calm their
they
minds. Well,
can't.
it takes a long time to calm your mind. It's a
Yeah.
practice. It's a
Like,
practice, right?
how many years have you been practicing meditation, Michonne?
Uh, well, probably over 10 now in various forms, really. I've dabbled in, Tai Chi which is a different than Tai Chi, but it is again, it's a movement meditation. With the guided meditation, with mantras, with just on your own and solo. Yeah, we've done quite a few different explorations in that. But yeah, it doesn't have, like you were saying, it doesn't, it's not all, be cross-legged and your little pillow with your, and stiff back and whatnot, right? Yeah. And that's the thing, people think that it is. But one of the things I like to and I'll use this in my firewalk presentations and things as well, but really find those places where whatever you're doing makes your mind go quiet. Right. So that right there, if you can quiet the inner dialogue, whatever that is that you're doing, take note of it and do more of it. Because we don't always realize what it is. Like just watching a fire for me is one of those things that makes my mind go,
Yeah.
and I can just zone out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's wonderful. The only thing I was going to offer you for grounding too, If you can imagine yourself as a tree with your own roots, and I don't know how many, now that we're talking about meditation, how many of you can meditate and actually run a second meditation underneath? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you're meditating, you could be doing a one mantra, but then you also have a second one running in the background, or you have a second something running in the background. I actually dislike that sometimes that I'm able to do that. I wish I was not able to do that. But I like to fill part of that space with just imagining myself with roots. They're not roots that in a tree that aren't movable, but they're roots that move with me where I go, that keep me grounded. And that are really just energetic tendrils, kind of like a jellyfish or something, kind of moving always in the dirt, always in the ground, and having that connection.
Mm-hmm. In a session last week I was having with somebody, we talked about humans that are having trouble staying in their bodies, like the disassociation part of life, that when we meditate, it was specifically a Reiki client, when they were doing Reiki on each other, which is also another form of meditation. If you're doing energy work on yourself, that is meditation as well, right? It's just now it's active. But she never puts her hands on her body. And so that in itself, hugging yourself, patting yourself, the EF, like the tapping, anything, because if you're and weighted blankets, anything that puts weight on your physical body is also a sense of grounding. Anything that's going to make you be more aware of your body, massages, and self-massage, because if somebody else massages you, it's real easy to just check out and let them heal your body while you're not there. And that is medicine too. But self-massage, massaging your feet, spending time with your feet, with your legs. As a massage therapist, I felt that my job when somebody came in was to pay attention to those parts of the human's body that doesn't get attention. And it's quite interesting, the spots: feet, behind the knees, armpits. There was a running joke when I was doing it full time, and people would say, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "I dig in butts and armpits."
Perfect.
Such an excellent tagline for your business, right? But
I use the foam roller on my armpits daily for that very reason.
Man, right? So you get it.
Yeah,
You get it. And I
Use
did
a roller?
a foam
Yes.
roller.
Yeah, roll out your wings, rolling out your wings. It's
And
important,
it's so good for your lymph system as well.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, these parts of our body that are so sensitive and so essential for the well-being of how our systems run in our body, and we don't pay attention to them. There's one of the meditations that I do for energy work is I'll take my hands and activate my hand chakras and put my hands on my lower back, just where your floating ribs are, and that's where your kidneys and your adrenal glands sit, right where you're right underneath your floating ribs, right where your body can twist, like that part. And I will send energy into that spot. And if my nervous system is really wound up, I've developed in my head this turn dial, and I physically focus on turning the dials down and calming down my nervous system with the dials, right? And so you can get creative with these kind of things. We are very powerful self-healers.
Yeah.
right? And once you start experiencing your own power, you'll want to do it more. And so, but it starts with actually giving yourself permission to touch your body. Because everybody's up in their head, and most humans right now, especially with what's going on in the world, they're half out, like everybody, how many people are walking around disassociated right now, just trying to get through life. And so I want to start sharing more tools because I think the word meditation is just thrown around so much that it's so diluted, people don't listen to it anymore.
Yeah, or they're scared. The
Or
word
they're
scares
scared.
them if they've never done it. I mean, my youngest son, I remember the first time I was taking him to a children's meditation, and he was like maybe 7 or 8, and I didn't even think about the fact he might be scared because I said, "Oh, I'm gonna take you. You're gonna go to this meditation." He's like, "No, I don't wanna go. I don't wanna go. I already meditated today." He had no idea what that meant, but he just didn't wanna go, and it was fear for him. But when we got there, he was very calm, and he actually went around and helped all the other kids. But I think sometimes it's just fear of the unknown, what you haven't done.
Well,
And the
and
expectation, the societal expectation. Just go into a meditation and your mind calms down. No, it doesn't. It takes time.
it does take time. But, it does work, and, when I first started coaching gymnastics, I was young. I was, like, 20, 21 years old when I first opened my gymnastics club, and we ran out of a recplex, and so we had to set up and take down every night, and so they had your standard gym bathrooms with no door, and it's just all, industrial, and we would drag mats into the bathroom. I can't believe we did this, but yeah, we drug mats into the bathroom and they would lay on the floor in there. It's the only place that we had that was a little bit dark. And I was teaching them muscle relaxation in the bathroom in the recplex. And we did it every night. They trained 3 nights a week. We did it every night for about 10 minutes. And these kids were from 6 years old to 15 years old.
Mhm.
And we did it for a year. And that group was the group that stood on the podiums for the rest of their careers
Wow.
because I taught them how to do visualization and muscle relaxation. So, and it's not just me that has done the studies and proved that it works. Like, this is a thing, and I'm hoping that we're able to change the narrative, with like the stuff that's being shown with the files and I can't even remember his name, the one who's being named right now, who's the meditation guru. It's
Yes.
like, well, they're
Fuck.
yeah, with Deepak Chopra. It's like there are other ways to learn the modalities without being abused. Right? You can learn this stuff without sitting in a circle and giving your power away. You can do it in the comfort of your own home and it can be safe. And I'm hoping that more humans will start verbalizing that yeah, meditation's not scary. And it can go as far as saving your life if you do the work.
Yeah.
But so can running and jogging and being outside in the air. Like all of these things enrich our lives,
Definitely.
right?
Well, and you were talking about the chakra too, like, you're right. And if, depending on how familiar people are or not, right, your sense of safety and security may come when your root chakra is more closed than fully open to the rest of the world. Or you might like it fully open because it makes you feel more connected and safe and secure if you're feeling like you've got a little bit of connection to everyone. It really, yeah, don't be afraid to experiment. I guess I'll add to that. Yeah.
Exactly, because everybody needs something different. All of our soul baskets are unique. And we've all had unique experiences on this planet. And, most recently, Christina and I jumped back into an MMO, into World of Warcraft. And because for us, that was structure, safe container, digital connection with other humans, physically safe. And when you're processing deep trauma, sometimes going back into very well-known digital spaces as well. Like when we logged in and I heard the music, I'm like, oh, this music healed me at one point, and my body instantly calmed down. So a
Interesting.
deeper realization of why so many humans on this planet resort to video games, and there's such an addiction there, because it's a safe space. So, there is there's levers to everything. It goes from great to bad, and find the scale, and beginner, advanced, good for you, codependence. Like there's all of these scales, and as humans, we're just trying to navigate the healthiest lane we can find to thrive. And by collecting tools and practices, our brains can heal when we give it new information to keep practicing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And something you said the other day, actually, about the video games is you got to win. So when life is really hard, you're not going to keep playing something where you're constantly losing and being beaten down. And when life feels like that, that's somewhere that you can go and experience a win.
That's true. That is true, because even when you are very strong and you are very resilient, when you go years and the hits just keep coming, and it's never if there's no balance, that'll take anyone out.
Mhm.
That takes the strong people out too,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. And the sun. I think the sun is my favorite way of connection and grounding and remembering who I am, that energetic connection. It's why I choose to live where I live. It's one of the sunniest places in Canada, even in the winter. We still get to see the sun a lot. And that's
We've had a
important.
very mild winter, so it's not always like this. But we're loving it. I'm totally
I
loving it.
put in my order this year that I needed it, and I'm so very glad that it has turned out the way it has for me. I'm hoping that it doesn't mean fires this winter, but it
This
has
summer.
been this summer, but it has been a very, very mild winter. I haven't had to shovel once, not once.
Yay.
I love that.
I have.
Sometimes it's 3 or 4 times in a day. Sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have not experienced that this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you feel the
I'm really
need,
grateful
we
for
got
that
plenty.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. West has got snow. And I don't
Who
know,
did?
Michonne, you never get snow, do you?
Maybe once a year, and we didn't this year.
No snow. Or I guess
And
east.
like I said,
East.
when it does snow, it's like a dusting, and it's for
Right.
like a night.
Yeah, you just get a little bit of frosting, and then you're good to go.
Nice.
Oh, and actually, I lied. We did get a little bit this year. Yeah,
Did you?
and it looks like snow, but it's more like, I think they call it ice crystals, whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever experienced winter, like lots of snow?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Minnesota. That's what I was gonna say. When you said it's sunny up there, I was like, sunny usually meant we're going down into the negatives, way down.
Yeah.
Cloud cover meant warmer. So,
Okay. Oh yeah. So cold then. I had no idea you were from. I just learned something about you today. I didn't know that.
I'm surprised you don't hear it sometimes, because I got I got the accent from up there, and it especially comes back when I'm around my family and stuff.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's how did you that might be a discussion for another day how you ended up in Texas, but
It's cold there and it's warm here.
yeah. That
I'm
But there's
coming.
less
I'm
rattlesnakes where
coming.
you're from.
there's less rattlesnakes. There you go.
A lot of big bugs. But yeah,
Ugh.
mainly, it was really weather drove me away. I wasn't
Yeah.
a winter. I just don't like the cold. That cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I came to BC as well. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't hit -26 like how it is in Calgary. I think -15 was our coldest this winter so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
really,
think we
I don't
hit
even think we
wind.
hit that. We were
Huh.
so mild all
Yeah.
the way around, like not amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been very easy for me to ground this winter because I live on a lake, and so driving up the road and just letting the babies run along the rock beach, and like Apollo swims. It's -1. It's at freezing, and he's still chasing his ball in the water.
Oh
I'm like,
wow.
That's
I'm
not
not gonna
swimming
do.
by choice.
He drops his ball in by himself and then goes
I
and gets
know,
it.
but he's not going to lose that ball.
I don't think he's normal, though. I don't know if that's especially for a Shih Tzu. A lab, yes, but a Shih Tzu, I just look at him. I'm like, why, why would you do that to yourself? But the mud is grounding, and
Yeah.
so after they have their heyday and are disgusting, when I bring them home, they have to have belly baths. I put them in the shower and shower them down, and there's mud, and so I'm still getting my grounding. I'm still, it's just a little bit more creative when you have dogs.
Yeah.
Well, and you can, like especially up north, if you're not wanting to be outside too, like if you're a gem and crystal collector, and you got some obsidian, especially if you've got a big chunk, it's a really, really good grounding stone to sit with.
Yes, I have. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and put it, link it in with this when we drop it into school. It's probably maybe the width of my shoulders. It's about this big. It's a carving from Alberto from the Teotihuacan Dreaming House. And it's a jaguar standing and then with a woman laying in front of it. And it's hand carved, and it's the gold sheen obsidian,
Yeah,
and
nice.
it's
Pretty.
stunning. So that's in my living room, and then, of course, I've got my big Athame knife, the black obsidian knife in my bedroom. But yes, crystals, we haven't even touched on crystals. There's lots of crystals you can use for grounding as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm currently I've put this ring back on, my Charioite ring, which is a shamanic dreaming stone. Interesting is on that finger. That's Peter. This is the ring Peter sent me to Banff for the day he died.
Right.
So that's that. I don't know if I've put that story in our school yet. I think I've shared that story here, but yeah,
Maybe
so
not here, but I know it. Yeah.
I've been called to wear that recently. But yes, grounding stones, dark, black, brown, red.
Yeah.
Obsidian. What are some of the other ones that I usually have garnet. I wear garnet. I should pull my garnets out and we'll start wearing them again. Garnet earrings. Anything red. Also, too, wearing red clothes, having red stuff around you, red, even though it isn't activating color, it is also grounding, red and black.
Yeah.
And foods.
right?
Apples and strawberries and
Cherries and raspberries and beets and all kinds
all
of
the
stuff.
yeah.
And those are like for the red ones, but like also for grounding in general, root vegetables.
Yes. And
Yeah.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Really
Anything that
home cooked, like the home cooked traditional feel, probably. Yeah.
anything that is grown in the ground
Mm-hmm. That's why
is
we like our soups with potatoes, carrots, and celery. It's like you can't get any more grounded than that. It's delicious.
right.
Mirepoix. Yeah.
Yeah.
And onions, sorry. Onions.
And onions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what just flashed through my head? I don't know if it was a thing where you guys, when you grew up, um, did you guys ever go garden raiding? We lived
No.
Like,
in
did you steal from people's gardens?
there. Well, in my nana's neighborhood, all
Usually
the
people
kids,
you know.
yeah, it was there was a tribe of kids that at night they would go and take peas and strawberries and stuff, and everybody did it, and it was like a communal thing, and we just called it garden raiding.
And I'm sure people were happy you were doing that instead of other bad things,
Well, exactly. It was pretty clean fun. Yeah.
right? I
As
forgot
long
about
as
peas. I
like,
love
you
fresh peas.
still got strawberries if you wanted them for yourself.
Oh, we're talking gardens that you don't see now, like farm gardens,
Yeah.
big acres of
Yeah.
acres of stuff that we would run around and play in. So farm life was different. Farm
Mhm.
life was different than rural life, or rural life and city life were different. Like my dad grew up in a town that had 500 people.
Mhm.
So we're talking itty bitty.
Yeah.
So yeah, how about favorite songs or favorite grounding, like I know we talked about lots of practices, but what is your absolute favorite of everything?
My favorite songs are "We Are Family" and "Walkin' on Sunshine."
Oh, I love that.
Those have been my favorites for years. Um, and I think that's why I like a lot of 70s music. I mean, that was when my teenage years, I think wherever your teenage years are is or formative years. But I found the music is it tells always tells a story
Mhm.
as opposed to now it's illegible or and not I don't know, different. It's different. Not I
Yeah.
don't want to judge it. I just love what I grew up with and I'm glad I grew up then.
Yeah.
You know, Janis Joplin, all the songs she would sing were great stories.
Yeah, I mean, I have a playlist that I've made for each element. So I have a earth, a water, air, fire, and ether. And I add, and sometimes I'll listen to it and I'm like, why was this song on here? And I'll take it off. But I encourage everyone to do that, right? Create a grounding playlist or create, whether it's grounding or earth or root chakra or whatever that is for you.
Yeah.
And figure out what that feels like. Get
Yeah,
grounded.
I think doing a deep dive and, expanding your music literacy changes your brain.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be all kinds of music
Mhm.
that you're listening to. It's important. I know Christina's a Swiftie.
Sometimes, yeah.
You like your Taylor Swift.
Mhm. I like a lot
And
of old music too. Like, I had never even until we went to Salt Lake City, I'd never even heard of Cat Stevens. Like, there's a lot of things that pop culture stuff that I need to know from my childhood, but, that was probably a little bit before me, but still, Grace loved it, and
right.
so she's like, oh, here. And I knew a couple of the songs, but I didn't like know who they were. It's not what I heard growing up.
Right.
But yeah, I found it really comforting. Or like, yeah, you just kind of come across an artist that you've never heard before. And then I kind of will sometimes kind of, okay, what else do they have? What else do they have? And learn more about them and stuff. And then that will become very comforting. It's repetition too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then your body gets used to it. And playlists have been a huge part of my dreaming practice. I have like I love that we've talked about different kinds of playlists. Like I've got chakra playlists. Michonne's got elemental playlists. I also have a playlist called Warrior, and I have a playlist called Angels. If I
You got this.
Exactly. It's, the warrior playlist is when you need the cheerleader. I kind of put my gymnastics coach hat on and said, what would I want to hear in the gym? Like what would rev me up and get me going? So it's kind of the energy rocket. And then the angel one is just more, calming down the nervous system. And it's where my chakra playlists are more, I'm not listening necessarily to the words, I'm listening to the energy and the vibration and the frequency of the music, but the warrior and the angel playlists are more about the words and what's being chanted into my body because a fascinating thing I learned. Now, we make assumptions all the time about how everybody attunes to music and why they choose what they choose. But I had this conversation with a human who absolutely loved Iron Maiden, like worshipped Iron Maiden. And we had gone to the concert together. I had never been to an Iron Maiden concert. It wasn't something that I would choose to listen to, but I knew the music because I grew up in that era. Like that's what my age was. And so when we went on the way home, it was a 3-hour drive on the way home. I was like, man, they were such good storytellers and their messages. And like, I said, have you ever actually really listened to the music? And he's like, no, I just love the beat and the energy of it. And I'm like, well, you want your mind transformed. Actually listen to the words they're singing. He's like, you're going to ruin my music. And I'm like, no, you're actually going to become more aware if you listen to the words. That's dangerous for people to listen to music and not understand what they're listening to because everything that you allow into your perception is programming you. Pay attention to what you're putting in your ears.
Mm.
I was shocked that he had been listening to this music for decades and didn't even know the words. Wow.
Funny.
So that is one thing I could leave people with today is listen to the words. And if you have kids, listen to the words of the music they're listening to. This is how our children are being programmed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great message.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So sharing some more awareness about how to live in these bodies and be happy.
Oh, you know what? I want to add one more we didn't touch on, but find the people for around whom you feel more grounded.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Community is part of the grounding.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I love you guys.
I agree.
Yeah.
I love you guys too.
Thanks for joining, and we'll see you guys next week. Happy grounding.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.